Britain's city centers have become war zones. December 27, 2025. Not from foreign invasion, but from masked gangs terrorizing communities across the nation, with police recording 100 incidents in Darlington town center alone, where balaclavas were specifically mentioned. In Darlington, Durham police logged 800 reports of antisocial behavior between July and August this year alone. In Northampton, a gang of 15 teenagers in balaclavas stormed a shop, attacked staff, and caused $2,000 worth of damage. In Smethwick, an armed gang wearing balaclavas broke into a primary school playground, threatening children and teachers, forcing a lockdown after children saw men with baseball bats and potentially other weapons. Across England and Wales, 36% of respondents personally witnessed or experienced antisocial behavior in their local area, a 1 percentage point increase from the previous year. Groups hanging around on the streets, people using or dealing drugs, and vehicle-related behavior were the most common types. There were 955,340 reports of antisocial behavior across the UK in 2025, an increase of 0.19% from 2024. In London alone, 233,000 antisocial behavior incidents were reported, up 0.7% year over year. But the government has a solution: new laws, respect orders, vehicle seizure powers, community protection notices. The Crime and Policing Bill gives neighborhood police more powers to tackle antisocial behavior, street theft, shoplifting, harassment in town centers. Except none of it's working, because while ministers draft legislation and police issue statements, masked gangs rule Britain's streets. But real quick, before we expose how Britain's city centers have descended into lawlessness, let's acknowledge something. Mainstream media won't tell you that a councillor in Northampton admitted youths in balaclavas are becoming a trend, it's intimidating, and the knives make it even more scary. That residents in Middlesbrough call balaclava-clad teen gangs the mafia, or that primary schools are going into lockdown because armed gangs threaten children. That's why we built UK Brief Network. Subscribe now for unfiltered coverage of Britain's descent into chaos. Reason number 1, masked gangs have become so normalized across Britain that towns are now desperately attempting to ban balaclavas entirely as residents become too frightened to visit parks and public spaces. Darlington's Labour MP Lola McAvoy is pushing for the local council to adopt a public space protection order similar to those already implemented in Surrey, Essex, and the West Midlands. Public space protection orders to ban face coverings. In Britain, in 2025, Basildon Borough Council in Essex has also agreed to consult the public on banning masks, hoods, and balaclavas under a PSPO. MP McAvoy told the BBC, "So many residents have brought balaclava-clad youths up with me, and that in parks and across the town they are using balaclavas to hide from the police. It's intimidating. People don't want to go to the park with their kids. People don't want to go to the park in Britain because masked gangs control public spaces." Police recorded 100 incidents in the town center alone last year, where balaclavas were specifically mentioned. 100 incidents in one town center. That's 2 per week. And those are only the ones where balaclavas were specifically noted in reports. There's been 800 cases of antisocial behavior in Darlington between July and October this year. Matt Vickers, the Conservative MP for neighboring Stockton West, has also backed calls for a PSPO. Both Labour and Conservative MPs agreeing. That's how bad it's gotten. A spokesman for Darlington Borough Council said, "We understand that seeing people wearing balaclavas or masks can make residents and visitors feel uneasy. That is why we are committed to working with the police to look into these concerns." Feel uneasy. That's the official euphemism for terrified. Parents won't take children to parks. Elderly residents won't visit town centers. Shopkeepers are attacked by gangs of 15 masked teenagers. And councils respond with, "We understand this makes you feel uneasy." Reason number 2. Violent attacks by masked gangs have escalated to the point where shopkeepers are brutally assaulted, primary schools forced into lockdown, and residents literally escorted police out through back doors because they're frightened of retaliation. May 1st, 2025, Northampton. A gang of 15 teenagers in balaclavas stormed Norman's News in the Drapery around 8 p.m. 2 came in trying to steal stock. When the worker took it back, 15 of them came behind him and started fighting him inside the store. They caused $2,000 worth of damage. It was the second time this month the shop had been targeted. 15 teenagers, balaclavas, attacking a shopkeeper, over stolen goods. The owner, Vishal, demanded greater police presence during evening hours. He said he feels abandoned by the authorities. October 7th, 2025, Smethwick. An armed gang wearing balaclavas broke into Shireland Hall Primary Academy playground. Masked men entered the school's playground and threatened children and teachers. A parent said children saw the group of men wearing balaclavas and with baseball bats in their hands and potentially other weapons. The kids have been traumatized, and some of the parents have refused to send their kids to school the next day as the gang were heard saying they will come back tomorrow. Armed gangs threatening primary school children in Britain in 2025 and saying they'll come back tomorrow. Parents keeping children home because masked men with weapons invaded the playground. West Midlands police confirmed they investigated after reports of a group acting suspiciously in the street. Acting suspiciously. That's police speak for armed gang invaded a primary school. February 2023, Middlesbrough. Frightened residents dubbed balaclava-clad teen gangs the Mafia as estates and shops were terrorized. Approximately 1 week ago, a 48-hour dispersal order was put in place at local shops following serious assaults and other problems. But as soon as this expired, up to 30 balaclava-wearing youths were back in the area causing mayhem, even damaging the police van that was in attendance. 30 masked youths damaging a police van the moment the dispersal order expired. One resident, Michael, was slapped across the face by a youngster outside a Chinese takeaway the night before a community meeting. He said, "I am frightened now. The police came over to my house last night and I had to escort them out the back way because there were a few kids walking past." Let that sink in. A British citizen escorting police officers out through the back door in his own neighborhood because he's terrified of masked teenagers seeing police leave his house. Britain, 2025. Reason number 3. Illegal e-bikes and e-scooters have become the vehicle of choice for masked criminals committing everything from phone theft to drug dealing, with police forces seizing over 2,700 vehicles this year, yet crime continues to escalate. Since 1 January 2025, Merseyside Police has seized 1,000 unregistered vehicles, including e-bikes, e-scooters, and scramblers across the region. 1,000 vehicles in one force area in 1 year. In July 2025 alone, officers seized 137 illegal two-wheeled vehicles, bringing the total for Operation Gears to 626. These vehicles are increasingly linked to serious criminal activity, including violence, robberies, and serious organized crime offenses. Inspector James May said, "We know that illegal e-bikes and e-scooters are increasingly being used in serious offenses, including violence and organized crime. In many cases, when seizing these vehicles, we have also made arrests for other serious crimes such as drug supply and weapons possession." Lancashire Police. 752 illegal machines seized so far in 2025, a figure never before achieved by the force. In July and August alone, officers seized 359 illegal machines. Essex Police. 174 e-scooters seized between January and July 2025, already eclipsing both of the past 2 years' totals. Over 1,000 e-scooters seized since 2020. Added up. Merseyside 1,000. Lancashire 752. Essex 174. That's 1,126 vehicles from just 3 police forces. Multiply across 43 forces and you're looking at potentially 27,000 plus illegal vehicle seizures nationally. And crime is still rising. One recent Merseyside seizure involved an off-road electric bike capable of reaching speeds of up to 88 miles per hour on city streets. Inspector May said, "A vehicle like that, when ridden recklessly on our roads, could have seriously injured or even killed someone." The problem isn't just speed. Government figures show 416 people were seriously injured by collisions involving e-scooters in 2023. Essex police figures revealed e-scooters were involved in 164 road traffic collisions between start of 2022 and end of July this year, with 2023 the worst year, recording 61 of them. And then there's the crime connection. Phone thefts using e-bikes and e-scooters, and general antisocial behavior by those using such vehicles plagued residents, spreading fear and intense feelings of unease. There is strong evidence to show that e-scooters are being used in connection with crime and antisocial behavior, such as the increasing level of mobile phone thefts. Reason number 4. Despite new legislation giving police immediate seizure powers without warning, the fundamental problem remains enforcement, as masked criminals on illegal vehicles simply overwhelm undermanned police resources. March 2025. The Crime and Policing Bill removes the requirement for a police officer to issue a warning before seizing a motor vehicle being used to cause antisocial behavior. Previously, police had to warn offenders before seizing vehicles. Now they can take them immediately. Problem solved, right? Wrong. An MP admitted in Parliament, "The police will now be able to immediately seize off-road bikes, something I was shocked to learn they simply could not do when a local police officer raised it with me at the Ilkeston Classic Car Show last summer." Police couldn't immediately seize illegal bikes until 2025. For years, criminals got warnings first. The bill also introduces new respect orders to tackle repeat antisocial behavior offenders, new criminal offenses for facilitating begging for gain and trespassing with intent to commit a criminal offense, and powers to ban persistent offenders from town centers or from drinking in public places such as high streets and parks. More laws, more powers, more orders. Last year, there were 44,020 antisocial behavior issues with motorbikes in Northern Ireland, a decrease from the year before, but still shocking. In Edinburgh, Operation Soteria resulted in 36 arrests, 185 charges, and recovery of 131 motorcycles worth over $600,000. The operation has now concluded. But despite this, detectives launched an investigation after a motorcyclist was pushed onto the road near the Mound by a man wearing a balaclava trying to steal his bike. Operation ends. Crime continues. Since May, Edinburgh Evening News reported on at least 10 incidents involving a balaclava gang, including a teenager stabbed on Leith Walk in an unprovoked attack, a man hit on the back of the head outside a shop, people having ketchup thrown over them, and a motorcycle instructor accosted by youths on electric bikes who attempted to kick him off his vehicle. An MP in Parliament noted, there has also been a concerning post-COVID rise in criminals covering their faces with masks, snoods, and balaclavas, making it extremely difficult for the police to identify and punish perpetrators. So the sequence is, criminals wear masks so they can't be identified, police struggle to catch them, when they do catch them, they issue warnings or dispersal orders, the moment orders expire, the criminals return, police launch operations that seize hundreds of vehicles and make dozens of arrests, operations end, crime continues at same levels. Reason number 5, community safety has collapsed so completely that residents describe intimidation as normal. Elderly shoppers won't visit town centers, and parents keep children home from school because masked gangs threaten to return. Councillor Julie Davenport from Northampton said, "Youths in balaclavas are becoming a trend. It's intimidating, and the knives make it even more scary. People are scared. More needs to be done, and incidents need to be taken seriously." Becoming a trend. Masked teenagers with knives. That's the trend in British town centers. Nearby Market Square traders called for more visible police presence due to issues with antisocial behavior and youths in balaclavas. John Greatrix, owner of Café Continental, said, "There's a lot of weed being smoked, alcohol, and effing and jeffing." Northamptonshire Police had an initiative to crack down on crime and antisocial behavior in the 8 weeks leading up to the opening of the revamped Market Square, but that presence has now disappeared. 8 weeks of police presence for the opening of a revamped square. Then they disappeared. In Parliament, an MP described shop owners saying thieves have become increasingly brazen. Elderly shoppers saying they do not go into town anymore because they do not feel safe. Residents driven mad by the soaring number of roaring off-road bikes and scooters driven in an antisocial and intimidating way. Elderly shoppers not going into town because they don't feel safe in Britain. After the Smethwick primary school lockdown, a parent said children have been traumatized and some parents refused to send their kids to school the next day as the gang were heard saying they will come back tomorrow. In Middlesbrough, resident Jenna Timon described, 7 young boys came to my house for my son and they all had balaclavas on and dressed up to the max, you couldn't see an eyeball. Where my green is, there are no lights, so it's just complete darkness. My husband opened the door and my mother walked down the stairs and all she saw were 7 young kids all wearing balaclavas and she started having a panic attack. 7 masked teenagers at someone's front door, grandmother having a panic attack. Jenna said she went out and screamed, "Have some respect, don't walk around the streets like this." Every single one took their hats off. Think about that. A British mother had to go outside and shame masked teenagers into showing their faces at her own home. That's not law and order. That's anarchy with occasional parental intervention. Reason number 6. Government initiatives promising crackdowns launch with great fanfare, then quietly disappear while statistics show antisocial behavior either staying constant or increasing across the nation. July 2025. The Met identified the top 32 town centers and high street locations across London with the biggest challenge with antisocial behavior, theft, and street crime for enhanced partnership action. This formed part of the Home Office's National Safer Streets Summer Initiative running from 30th June until end of September 2025. Safer Streets Summer. Deputy Commissioner Matt Jukes said, "Our intelligence and data-led approach to tackle the crimes that matter most to Londoners, such as shoplifting, robbery, and antisocial behavior, is already working. We're We're arresting 1,000 more criminals each month. Neighborhood crime is down 19%, and we've solved 163% more shoplifting cases this year. Arresting 1,000 more criminals per month. Neighborhood crime down 19%. Shoplifting cases solved up 163%. Sounds impressive. Except London antisocial behavior crime totaled 233,000 incidents, up 0.7% year over year. Nationally, there were 955,340 reports of antisocial behavior in 2025, an increase of 0.19% from 2024. More arrests, more solved cases. Crime still rising. Police recorded 1.0 million ASB incidents in the year ending December 2024, staying at a similar level as the previous year. Similar level. That's government speak for not improving. Merseyside launched Operation Gears. Lancashire launched Operation Centurion. Edinburgh launched Operation Soteria. Essex, Northampton, Darlington, Birmingham, all with initiatives, operations, enhanced patrols. Merseyside's Winter of Action campaign has officers on visible patrols in areas known for illegal e-bike activity focused on tackling street crime and antisocial behavior. Winter of Action follows Safer Streets Summer, which followed the previous initiative, which followed the one before that. Operations launch, vehicles seized, arrests made, operations end, crime continues, new operation announced, repeat. An MP in Parliament noted, in the 2 years before the election, shop theft went up by more than 60%. Snatch theft, mainly the theft of mobile phones, went up by more than 50% in 2 years. 60% increase in shop theft, 50% increase in snatch theft. All while police launched operations and seized thousands of vehicles and made thousands of arrests. Because the system is designed to manage crime, not eliminate it. Designed to show activity, not results. Here's where Britain stands in December 2025. 955 found 340 antisocial behavior reports nationally. 36% of people witnessed or experienced antisocial behavior in their area. 800 reports in Darlington in 3 months. 100 incidents where balaclavas specifically mentioned in one town center. Gangs of 15 attacking shopkeepers. Armed gangs threatening primary school children. Over 2,700 illegal vehicles seized from just 3 police forces. Residents escorting police out back doors. Elderly people not visiting town centers. Parents keeping children home from school. Towns banning balaclavas because masked gangs control public spaces. Police launching operation after operation while crime stays constant. New laws giving immediate seizure powers that don't reduce illegal vehicle use. Respect orders and dispersal notices and public space protection orders that expire the moment police leave. Community safety collapsed so completely that British citizens describe intimidation as normal life. The government says they're taking action. The Crime and Policing Bill gives neighborhood police more powers. The Home Office's Safer Streets Summer Initiative. New respect orders, immediate vehicle seizure without warning. None of it working. Why? Because laws without enforcement are suggestions. Powers without resources are theater. Operations without sustained presence are publicity stunts. Britain has the laws, Britain has the powers, Britain has the police. What Britain doesn't have is the political will to actually use them consistently, comprehensively, and permanently. So masked gangs rule town centers. E-bikes and e-scooters used for crime get seized by the thousand, while thousands more appear. Shopkeepers get attacked by teens who know they won't be caught. Primary schools go into lockdown while parents keep children home. Elderly residents abandon their own high streets. And British citizens escort police out through back doors because they're terrified of retaliation. This isn't law and order. This is managed chaos. This isn't community policing. This is surrender with a press release. Every tool Britain needs to restore order exists. Other countries use them. Britain won't. Because sustained enforcement requires sustained political commitment, sustained funding, sustained public support for firm action, and sustained willingness to ignore activists who call any effective measure discriminatory. So the mayhem spreads, town by town, city by city, one masked gang at a time, until councillors admit balaclavas are a trend, until MPs from both parties agree PSPOs are needed, until residents describe their own neighborhoods as ruled by the mafia, not metaphorically, literally. Britain, 2025.